Answer. Starring Sean LeComber. Please welcome Sean LeComber.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good? It's a good thing I brought my own microphone. I'm on the mark, so here we go. Comedy time. I'm from Edmonton. I don't need that right now, sir. It's a beautiful town. I got a lot of friends there. Used to have a lot of friends. Call display kind of kicked me in the ass with that, but I got one friend, his name's Randy. He always asks me these provocative questions. Like last week he said, "Hey Sean, if you could have sex with any celebrity, living or dead, who would it be and why?" And I said, probably Britney Spears. And I guess dead. Totally dead. Let's get off to a nice morbid start. Why not? I know what you're thinking when you look up here. This gentleman looks a lot like Snoop Doggy Dogg. And I used to fight the resemblance. You know what I mean? I used to just... People come up to me, "You know who you are?" I get out of here, trying to eat a donair with my family. But now I roll with it, you know what I mean? I just try to live like Snoop. But it's not easy, because his lyrics make it difficult. You know? Because Snoop says, "Bitches ain't leaving till 6 in the morning." Which sounds pretty good. But what Snoop doesn't tell you is those bitches need a ride home. And don't ever try to live like Snoop driving around with your friends. I remember cruising, mom's minivan, doggy style, side B, hi-fi action, just blaring. Driving along, get pulled over by a cop. He comes up, "What are you gentlemen up to tonight?" I'm like, "Not much. Just rolling down the street. Smoking endo. Sipping on gin and juice. Not much gin, more juice than gin. Shouldn't have even said gin when you think about how little was involved." And he looks at me and he's like, "Where's your mind at?" I'm like, "Oh, it's on my money." That's where that is. Turn that frown upside down, Officer Jenkins. But I understand why parents want to keep their kids away from like rap and stuff, because they're worried the violent lyrics are going to make kids want to go out and do crazy things. I say don't worry about it. Desensitize your kids early. When I was 13, I was highly impressionable. I listened to Def Leppard, Hysteria, over and over again for like 6 months. And I never poured sugar on anybody. I thought about it. You know, I mean, wouldn't mind pouring a little sugar on somebody once in a while. But I knew Def Leppard was kidding. It's a sexual metaphor. You know, I don't have to get behind that. But I don't mind. I love Def Leppard. I love a lot of music. The kids I worry about are like these homeschooled freaks. What are they up to? Chilling in their room. Mom slides 3 square meals under the door every day. Dad wouldn't let him play Mario Brothers 2 for the Super Nintendo system because the princess was dressed too provocatively. Then the kid goes to his first rave when he's 17, sees a chick in a pink dress, tries to punch her in the face. Big mistake, kid. If you played the game, you'd know you can't punch a princess, okay? Because the bitch can float. She'll just float up over your head. She doesn't care. She's a princess. But when I was a kid, that's what it was. Video games, that was just fun times. It was Mario, Luigi, here we go! Float on, you raccoon-tailed son of a bitch, float on. Just keep floating. Put the frog suit on now, Luigi. We're in water. This is no time for a bear costume. But nowadays, the kids, they play these games that are so intricate. If you're a parent, you go into your kid's room, you're trying to fit in, you play, grab the controller. 10 seconds later, the kid's like, hey, Dad, press the X button. If you put a knife in the hooker's ass, you get a free life. And as a parent, you're thinking that should be a 2-button move. I've been in a relationship for a while now, and it's been good. It's been fun. But it's, you know, it's exciting. Monogamy, fun. Been together for a long time. And we're not married. I got her a ring recently. It's not an engagement ring, it's sort of like a long-term service award. You know what I mean? And thank you for continuing to have sex with this on a semi-regular basis. I wouldn't do it. I don't pleasure myself in front of a mirror because when I make eye contact, there is no pleasure anymore. Pleasure is gone. If I turned on the TV and saw porn of me on me, I would shut it off immediately. I wouldn't even give it the 3 curious seconds of, is that me doing me? It would just be gone. And when you look like this, it's difficult to cheat, you know what I mean? Because it's not like I can claim I was approached. Clearly, I went out looking for something, and my list is quite small. It's like prostitutes, women who are slow on foot. That's a biggie. If a chick walks in front of me and drops her inhaler, it's magic time. It is magic. Tell me that isn't flirting, that's flirting. We have a good time together. We went to Vancouver Island, great town, went there, had fun. She wanted to swim in the ocean, that was her big trip. So she went, she put on the girly trunks, went down there. I'm drinking wine illegally on a park bench hundreds of yards away. But there's this creepy guy down by the ocean, so she can't swim because this guy's down there hogging the whole ocean. So she comes back to me and she's like, can you deal with this? Creep. I just want to swim in the ocean. Ever since I was a little girl, I just wanted to dip my foot in the ocean. Can you help make my dream come true? Okay, how about this? If he touches you, you scream, and I'll run over there. That'll be our little code. She's like, oh great, what if I can't scream? I'm like, well, that changes everything. If this guy takes you out and you can't make a sound during the process, this is probably not somebody I should be messing with. Because skilled murderer takes you out in broad daylight. You can't make like a yip, not even nothing. And I'm supposed to intervene? What, now we're both dead? That's your big plan? Both die? That's not what love is. When we first moved in together, it was exciting. I lied to her. I convinced her that I was a man. I'm not a handyman or any man. There's no thing and then man that I've ever been. Maybe like Super or Bat, but that was Halloween 20 years ago. Can't fit into the costumes anymore. Tried. It's a recipe for tears. That's what it is. Well, we moved in, and in my house, I don't have tools or anything. I don't fix things. I just adapt to the fact they no longer work properly. Which is basically just simple rules. Don't leave the house when the dryer's running. It's not... But my big concern was the bathroom, because women have needs there, right? And my shower drain clogged like a year and a half before she moved in, which is not a big deal. I just switched from showers to baths. It's not as gross as it sounds. Slowly drains over a period of 72 hours. And then that's like a good reminder system, you know? Tub's empty, time for another bath. That's all that is. Recipe for clean. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I love romance. I do. I try to do nice things once in a while. Like, she called me up from work, and she's like, I gotta get all these groceries, but I'm really tired. I just want to come home and sleep. And I was like, bingo. And I hung up. I hung up and then said bingo. That would be kind of a ridiculous way to end a conversation about bingo. Then I thought, I'm gonna go out and get all the groceries off her little list, thinking maybe when she gets home and she's done putting them away, we could retire to the boudoir, hey? 5 to 7 minutes of one-way bliss, who knows? Could be a good time. But we're not going to the bedroom, no, because I got all the wrong stuff. Because women have variables, little things they require in a product that they don't tell you about, because they want you to look as stupid as possible when you roll through the door with 17 Safeway bags and a full erection. And now I got to lose the bags of the erection. I don't have that much blood in my system. Now she's on the couch crying, we need to talk. Let's talk, which is good, because I love talking. It's a lot of fun. Now she's pissed off, because all the moisturizer I got is for extra dry skin. And now we've been together 7 years, and I didn't even know she was slightly oily. Oh. Sad times. Maybe we should break up. And you know what? Based on who uses most of that lotion, we should probably go with what I like. I know there's a lot of guys in here saying, no, I told this guy's an idiot. I wasn't the one who used all your lavender oil of Olay exfoliant. Which, by the way, exfoliant is an interesting experience the first time, you know. 5 seconds in, you realize you've made a big mistake. But you're not stopping. You're not stopping. Then she pulls something out of the produce bag. She's like, oh, thanks a lot for this. This is gonna come in real handy. And I knew that was dripping with sarcasm. So I said, what is it there, little dumpling? Which dumpling is out, by the way, little or big. If you gotta say dumpling, go little, for sure. Not big dumpling isn't getting you out of any kind of jam. It's not. What's wrong, world's largest dumpling? It's not. She's like, this is cabbage. I asked for lettuce, but whatever. Who cares now, right, jerk? Not you, obviously. I'm like, honey, they're both vegetables. Either way, they're gonna rot in the fridge while you eat chocolate. Oh, nothing there. Clearly no truth to that. Obviously, zero truth. But I don't know, if you ever get the feeling your partner would like to light you on fire just to watch you burn? You know what I mean? You get that like on fire stink eye where it's just she's staring at you and you know you can't like tickle it away. There's no tickling away the sadness. I don't even care, you know what I mean? I don't care. I just say, you know what? Go ahead, light me on fire. I don't care. I'll just stop, drop, and roll my way out of that. That's easy. That's what stop, drop, and roll's for. And it sounds like a great idea until you're actually on fire. And then you realize the person who came up with stop, drop, and roll has never been on fire. Because when I'm on fire, like on fire, and I know the only way I can extinguish myself is by dropping and rolling, why the hell would I stop first? And how long are you supposed to stop for? 15 seconds, 2, I've asked around, nobody knows. This should be on the tip of our tongue. You all know there's a guy in a burn unit somewhere kicking himself because he waited too long to drop. I think it should just be dropped, that's it. Stop is ridiculous. As soon as you realize you're on fire, you have stopped. It's drop time now, Paco. Just get on the ground and take life-saving action. And roll, that's dumber than stop. If you're on the ground and you're on fire and you can't figure out what comes next, we didn't lose anybody special, really. That's good. I've been trying to be more positive lately. Gotten into like Carpe Diem. I don't know if I've been reading books on it. And not reading, but the illustrations. And people pictured are quite happy. So thought I'd get into it. And basically what it is you live each day on Earth like it's your last. The problem with living each day on Earth like it's your last is you wake up every morning a little surprised. And really hungover, like really hungover, and also lonely, a little lonely. And then I get up, take a couple Robaxacet and a T3, and I'm still lonely, but it's like a tingly alone. You know what I mean? It's like a vibrating loneliness. And, until the T3 wears off, then it's just you and the Robaxacet. Awkward. I drive a forklift. That's what I do. Thank you. That's good. Once again, it's not... If that's how you feel about forklifts, then just let that be that. But here's what I do, a brief synopsis of what I do. I pick things up, and I put them down somewhere else. It's kind of my thing. But it's all I do. It's all I can do in the world. And I'm almost 30 now, over 10,000 days on Earth. If I had to put together a resume to get a different job, I would not need a stapler for that. I would not need... There's no page 2 in my life yet. I got like 3/4 of a page on the resume, and that's with like crazy font, huge font, giant font. 8 words I've never heard before. I don't care. I'd use the resume wizard. I'm not going to mess with a wizard. Turn me into a bunny. But it's fun. I like driving a forklift. But in Alberta, it's really hard to get fired nowadays. It really is. So I don't have to work hard at all anymore. Like I work with a bunch of retards. And not retarded people. I mean people who are born normal and fought for it. You know what I mean? So now I just have to do like one more thing a day than they do, and I'm golden. I'm just gold. Just like not eat crayons. That's it. Just not. Good job not eating crayons today, Sean. Everybody in the admin building's quite pleased. But I don't know. If you had multiple personality 10 years ago, you didn't work. You just chilled out in your mom's basement, watching Maury Povich. Sucking on Tuesday pills. It's only Monday. You don't give a shit. You're crazy. Nowadays, you got a job for every personality. Just head on down to McDonald's. They'll hook you up, open to close. They'll just tell you, okay, when you're Becky, you're on fries. When you're Billy, you're on buns. When you're Tony, you're in drive-thru. And if you turn into Crazy Rick, put the Grimace costume on, head into Ball Land and regale the children. I used to work at McDonald's. It was fun. $4.85 an hour, manager. Swing, but manager. I used to count money That's what I did. My fingers actually hurt from counting the money. And that's when I realized, like, I'm getting screwed here. I can't even lay claim to one of these bills. Not even one of these belongs to me. And I've been here 2 years, you know? But I liked working there. I think the worst place you could work is KFC. To me, that's the worst, because they sell Pepsi products. So that's an extra 30 seconds per transaction. At McDonald's, it's Coke, give me the Coke, done. At KFC, it's, oh, I don't know, I'll get one of your large Cokes. Oh. Is Pepsi okay? Oh. You don't have Coke? Oh no, we got Coke. I'm just conducting an informal survey. Just give me the Coke, I don't care. Pepsi or Coke, doesn't matter, just give me the... You ever seen somebody do a spit take in a KFC? Because they got Pepsi when they ordered Coke? I've never... What is this shit? I ordered a Coke. This is Pepsi. I can tell by the amount of fizz. I'm not drinking it. I went to Moxie's, and Moxie's, what a great... Too many restaurants now have decided that they invented extra large. You know what I mean? They got their own size. Like, I don't give a shit. I went to Moxie's. I said, I'll get a Caesar. And the guy said, oh, would you like that Moxie-sized? And I said, is that bigger? And he said, yeah, of course it is, you idiot. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, Trent. You know, I have a lot of measuring cups and spoons at home, which I look at quite frequently because I love muffins. No mention of a Moxie anywhere on the side of these things. Don't act like you're a unit of liquid measurement, Moxie, because you're not, okay? Just tell me the truth. Would you like to pay $3 more for an additional fluid ounce? Because I'll do it. I'll tell you one more thing about McDonald's. I went to a McDonald's drive-thru recently. I went to the speaker, and I said, I'll get a big... And then they shut me off right there. Like, sorry, sir. Please drive through to the second window. We'll take your order there. I was like, okay. Why don't we just do it right here? Might be something. That's what I'm accustomed to. And he's like, sorry, sir, we're having trouble with the speaker. Please drive through to the second window. I was like, I don't know how it sounds on your end, but I can hear you pretty good. And you don't talk until I'm done, so I'm assuming this is two-way. And then he's like, sorry, sir, new protocol. Please drive through to the second window. I was like, listen, you little son of a bitch. I've been coming to dumps like this since before you were born, okay? I don't have a lot of time left. Let me explain to you what drive-through protocol is. Drive-through protocol is I come to the speaker, I order the food. I go to the first window, I pay you the money. I get to the second window, I pick up my food. I get home, I realize half the shit I ordered isn't in the bag. That's drive-through protocol. I like TV. Does anybody? Thank you. My favorite show is The Fabulous Life. That's a great show. It's like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous for people who don't know what the hell Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous is. And they got a British narrator on there. It makes everybody's life sound awesome. But I get jealous because I can't do any of the things that they've done. Like they had Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie on, and the guy comes on, he's like, when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie feel like a weekend alone, They hop in their $5 million yacht. Or Angelina throws caviar over the side of the boat into the waiting mouths of dolphins until her arm gets tired. While Brad Pitt smokes a $10,000 cigar and does abdominal crunches on a yoga mat made entirely of rubies. Holy fuck, I can't do any of that. Never been on a yacht. I don't know Angelina Jolie. I don't do crunches. And I thought, wait a minute, you could probably make my life sound pretty fabulous to some people in underdeveloped countries. Just follow me around for a night, get the British guy out. When Sean LeComber feels like a night on the town, he hops in his $6,000 six-cylinder Ford Taurus wagon. And heads to his favorite shishi watering hole, the local Boston Pizza. Might not sound too fabulous to you, but I know everybody tuning in Tunisia is like, man, that guy's so rich he just turned down a free cab ride to drive home. But another thing, I like shark TV. That's my thing. I like sharks on television. And, because they're exciting. I don't think we should be afraid of sharks anymore. I think some people are. You know how many humans were killed by sharks last year? 5. That's less than coconuts. You know how many sharks were killed by humans last year? 482,000. I think we're kicking the shit out of sharks. To me, sharks are like the terrorists of the sea. Once in a while, they pop up, do something gruesome, and everybody goes, kill all sharks. Kill every shark. They go, but some of them aren't even aggressive. I don't care, we can't go on a shark-by-shark basis. But they always have like a pretty boy actor in a cage on these documentaries, and you're supposed to be afraid for pretty boy in the cage with the sharks. I don't give a shit about him. You know who I'm scared for? The guy with the camera behind him. Where's his cage? I don't see any bars on my screen. I don't think we're afraid of sharks. I think the X factor is water. That's what we're really afraid of. Because I'm not afraid of goldfish, per se. But if you throw me in a fish tank in a fight to the death with a goldfish, I'm suddenly terrified. Not because of anything the fish can do to me, but because I can't breathe underwater. I can't. So now, 30 seconds in, if I can't get a hold of him, I'm dead. And I lost to a goldfish. Great story. Good story. Hell of a story to tell. 30 years from now, people flipping through a photo album. Oh, hey, there's Grandpa Sean. You never met him. Oh, what happened to him? Did he die in a just war defending our freedom, Papa? No. I believe he got his ass kicked by a goldfish. But that's on your mother's side. They were all pussies. Don't worry about it. My other thing I like to watch is The Family Feud. That is a great show. Anytime there's like a 30% chance the answer is chicken, you know what I mean? That's a great show for me. I can't, chicken! I could just yell chicken and then it's probably gonna pop up. But Jeopardy I can't get into, because I'll get one right. Like it'd be Guatemala, and I'll yell it like yes. And then the rest of the time I'm like, I lost my keys. Oh, what was that? I missed that. Yeah, that's longitudinal for that country. Wish I hadn't dropped my keys. But The Family Feud makes you say things in a way you shouldn't say them. It makes you say words in a way that they should never be said. Like it'll go, show me number 5, ding, apples. I could have just said apples. But I went apples. Why? I don't know. And on The Feud, everything's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. It could be the worst answer, but it's still somehow good. We asked 100 people to name an athlete who transcends his sport. And little Becky, third in line, says, "Can you repeat the question?" Like some brain wave is gonna happen and suddenly you're gonna be intelligent. And then eventually it's like, "Rubik's Cube!" She'll yell out, "Rubik's Cube!" And her family's like, "Good answer. That is a hell of a good answer. No way it's up there. Good answer." The black family across the studio is like, "Get ready to steal, Shaniqua. There's no chance that's up there." I know that might sound a little racist. I hate racism. Okay? That's good, right? To hate it is good. Yeah? Okay? You guys are looking at me like, what a prude. What did racism ever do to you? It's not easy being a white comedian, okay? Shed a little tear for that notion. It's not. Because if you're a minority comedian, you can come up here and you can talk about any race, any ethnicity, and crowds go, ha, 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 ha. He can talk about it because he is one. And I can't, because I'm a cracker. Ass cracker. I don't even know what an ass cracker tastes like. I'm not rooting for delicious. But it's been kind of a dream killer, because ever since I was a little boy, all I ever wanted to do was get up on a stage with a microphone and make fun of Asians. And now I can't, too white. And to me, that's the worst kind of racism. When I'm not allowed to be a racist, based solely on the color of my skin, that's a hate crime, friends. When I'm at home alone, I like to do fun things. I'll call up pizza places, and I'll say, "Hello, I'd like to get 2 of your medium meat hater pizzas." Which is like jokey vegetarian. Won't get into it. But people at Panago don't laugh either, so don't worry about it. And eventually they're like, "Ha ha ha, okay. $30.95. Name, Sean. Phone number, 998-4542. Will that be delivery?" I'm like, "No, it's Delicio. See you later." See you later, Becky from Panago, you crazy bitch. Settle down a little. And then I'm not getting my pizza, but the porn's done buffering, so we're good. It's all... I'm gonna be asleep in 4 minutes anyway. Why do I need pizza now? It's ridiculous. Shouldn't eat before bed anyway, not even a grape, that's what Oprah says. I like to go up to bald people at funerals and say, "I'm sorry for your loss." And then they go, "Oh yeah, I'm bald, ha 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 ha." Well, you know what, you're ugly and that's worse. And I'm like, "Ouch, toupee." I didn't laugh when I wrote it. But I got these pants from Sears, and you know, pretty good, $28.95. So they were $89.70. I just waited the 2 years for them to go out of style, and just bam. See you in 07, Jordash. That's what I said. Back for you in a couple of years, Jonathan G. You just chill out under the Club Monaco sweaters where I left you. And a lot of women come up to me and, well, they don't. For the purposes of this joke, they do. And all these imaginary women who I'm inventing for the purposes of this joke come up to me and say, "You really know how to fill out a pair of pants." And I say, "Yeah, I know, that's why I buy this size." But when you're in Sears, they have an in-house speaker system, and they say things over the speaker system. But they preface it by saying, "Good news, from Sears. Good news from Sears. You know what, Sears? You sell a bunch of shit that I don't need. Any news I get from you better be good. I don't want bad news from Sears. Ever. Not ever. I don't want the phone call, to be honest with you. It's like, hey, this is Keith from down at Sears. Is this a man in the house? Yes, it is, Keith. Oh, well, we here at Sears hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your mom's dead. And if you don't stop shopping at Zeller's, your dad's next. We'll kill your family for all that Club Z Cola you've been drinking. Here's my advice to you if you ever go to a fair or something. If you're on the roller coaster, have a good time. Have a chuckle or two. Scream a little bit. You're on a hey, I'm on a roller coaster. But never scream as loud as you can. Save an octave for emergency situations. So what happens if the car you're in comes off the rails and you're sent hurtling into a retaining wall at terminal velocity? And you blew your wad on the loop-de-loop. You went nuts on the loop-de-loop. You're gonna have no way to properly express a drastic change in predicament. You're gonna look like an idiot, that's all I'm saying. Trying to save you the humiliation. I used to be babysat by my grandmother, and we'd do this thing every day as all we do is watch soap operas. And she'd talk to the characters like they could hear what she was saying. No, Roberto. Don't drink that martini. Rebecca poured powder in it when you had your head turned. Oh, Rebecca, you conniving bitch, wipe that smirk off your face. I hope you die. Again. I'm like, Grandma, can we watch Sesame Street, please? Wouldn't mind a little fix. She grudgingly flips it over to PBS. I'm loving it, I'm a kid, right? She can't keep her hypocrite mouth shut for more than 3 seconds. She's like, oh, look how tall that bird is. This is totally unrealistic. I can't believe you watch this garbage. I'm like, Grandma, I'm 6 years old. I'm supposed to be entranced by things made out of felt that talk. You're 73, married to 3 men who couldn't properly communicate their emotions, and you base your life around a series of programs where every male character cries at least once a season, and you have the audacity to call bullshit on Big Bird? I don't think so. I don't think so. She's like, language? I was like, fuck it, I'm going for a bike ride. I don't know when I'll be back. I don't know when I'll be back. That was before my grandma died. She passed away recently. This is tough. She was over at my house when she died. 3 months. She was hooked up to all these machines and plugged in and everything, and it was pretty hard. And we just had a nurse come by like 5 times a week. And the last time the nurse came by, she said, are you guys ready to maybe pull the plug? And I said, no, I'm waiting for a sign from God. And the next morning, a miracle happened. I was opening up my mail, and God sent me a crystal clear sign in the form of a power bill. What the fuck? $980. Thank you, Lord, I know now what I must do. Probably sounds callous to you people, but on my salary was her or the hot tub. These kids, these punks, break into my car. They don't steal my wallet. They steal CDs. That's what they stole. I'm thinking, what? Are these the only teenagers in the world without access to a computer? You don't steal music out of the backseat of a Taurus. You download it illegally like everybody else. Earn it, is what I'm saying. And this kid, even if you love danger, even if that's your thing, I love danger, that's what I love. You're out there, you open the back seat, you touch these little jewel cases, and you're like, I bet there's music in there. But it's dark, so you can't see, so you grab a bunch. All of a sudden, some guy comes screaming out, ah! So you run, duck behind a bunch of bushes, scrape your leg up real bad. You dive down there, and all of a sudden you look, and he's like, oh, goddamn, Radiohead? Son of a bitch. I dove in the bushes for Radiohead? God damn it, what a giant mistake that was. I am cut for Radiohead. That's Karma Police. That's what that is. I don't know if you're a Radiohead fan. Guess you'd have to be. I know you're probably thinking this guy's only ever had sex with one woman. That's not true. The answer is two. And my other girlfriend, she was on like these cybersex chat rooms. And I was like, what the hell? So I see she's on there every day. So eventually I'm like, I gotta say something, you know? So I'm like, what are you doing on these cyber chat rooms? She's like, it's not what you think. I'm just on there talking to people. It's an adult forum. It's fun. And I'm like, what? That's impossible. Let me I've seen the profiles. These are freaky, sex-freaky people. She's like, no. I just go on there and talk about my day sometimes. I'm like, okay, let me imagine how that scenario unfolds. You're like, hey, oh, my boss is a jerk. I wish I could quit my job. Too bad I need the money. Sad face emoticon. Oh, don't worry about it, girlfriend. Everybody knows you're special. You just keep your chin up. Aw, thanks. You always know what to say. Come dumpster 5. Our cat is a mass murderer. Our cat is a mass murderer. He's a baby killer. Kills babies, rabbits. Kills rabbits. And the only part of the rabbit he won't eat is the foot. That's it. He'll eat ears, head, everything. Just the feet. He won't touch them. Which is kind of ridiculous when you stop and think about it, because we consider that luck. Here we are. We pick up the only part of a rabbit a cat won't eat and go, oh, I bet this is lucky. Here we go. Let me tell you what we should be holding up as luck. A live rabbit missing a foot. That's a lucky rabbit. We need to be hanging that on a rearview mirror. People be like, why you got hey man, you got a live rabbit missing a foot dangling on your dashboard. And that's like, it's lucky. It's a lucky rabbit. I was leafing through my February edition of Cosmopolitan magazine recently, and I came upon an interesting article that said 73% of women in North America actually prefer chocolate to, you know, being raped. The other 27%, you guessed it, diabetic. So, you guessed it. I hit a kid on my way here, and it's driving me nuts. I was driving along, and I hit a kid, and it's one of those one in a million things, right? I'm driving, the beach ball comes out. I'm thinking, there's no way somebody's coming after this beach ball. It's dilapidated. All of a sudden, bam, just hit this kid. Just ruined the rest of my drive. You know what I mean? I couldn't concentrate on my set because I know this kid. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. He's in a better place. The ditch. So, which technically is a better place. It was a gravel road, and the ditch had a stream in it in case he got thirsty. He could just dip his nose in there. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. The way I look at it, he didn't suffer, why should I? You know what I mean? Tell you this, a couple weeks ago, I got into a bit of a kerfuffle with a paraplegic gentleman. Don't worry, I won. Okay, way tougher than I look. Funny part is, after it's over, his buddies dust him off, put him back in his little wheelie basket. He starts railing away at me, right? It's like, you son of a bitch, you got me this time, but one day when we're both up in heaven, I'll be able to walk again. Then I'll hunt you down and kick the crap out of you, and God won't even care. I was like, dude, 2 quick reasons why that'll never happen. Okay, number 1, I just beat up a paraplegic. I'm going to hell. And number 2, it's a stairway to heaven, not a ramp. So just chill out on that one for a second. That's a little sick. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you had a good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean LeComber.